Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing an anti-haul and kind of a wish list. So recently I've seen quite a few people doing this on YouTube, and I thought this is kind of an interesting idea. It's not something I've really ever done before, talking about the things that I see prior to purchasing that I'm like, yes, I'm interested in, or no, it really doesn't tickle my fancy. So when I was on Instagram, I just started scrolling through, checked Trend Mood. A lot of this came from Trend Mood, and I started seeing a lot of new releases, and I thought, let's talk about these, and I wanted to share with you my thoughts. Like, is it something that is piquing my interest or something that I kind of feel is a pass? If you're curious what's on my face before we jump into this video, I will link what's on my face for you up here. I apologize for the lights glaring, but I have to look at my computer to read, and I kind of need these to do it. All right, so the first thing that I noticed was from ColourPop. They have now released 3 palettes. This is their Cloud Dye Pastel Palette Vault. We have Miss Bliss, In a Trance, Aurora, and Out. So the Miss Bliss is more like pinky, the In a Trance is more bluey purple, and then the Aura and Out is more kind of yellowy, orangey, greeny. So for me personally, number one, the fact that they are pastels, that's kind of a pass for me. That's just really not my thing. If I was really zoning into any of them, it would probably be Aura and Out, just because I am in search of a really good green palette. Now, the only thing is, too, with this being ColourPop, they have tons of palettes already. Like this, when they did Going Coconuts and then they did Nude Mood, those two got me because it was a cool tone and a warm tone of the browns and neutrals. This, I feel like, has kind of already been done. Like, we've already seen this pastel-y, these aren't quite monochromatic, but they're not completely monochromatic, but I would say that they are in that monochromatic range. So for me, these are kind of just, I don't know, overdone. We've already been here. We've already seen this. Let's do something else. So for me, these are going to be a pass. All right, next, I jumped over to Milani. They now have a Fruit Fetish collection coming out. We've got like lip glosses, sprays, and eyeliners. This is another one that is kind of just a pass for me. It's a little gimmicky to me, like this fruit fetish thing. I don't know. They've got flavored lip balms. They've got different colored eyeliners and sprays. I'm going to stick with my Catrice spray and my Wet n Wild sprays. They work great for me. I love the finish and how they help the wear and application of my makeup. I actually also seen, what was her name, Kelly Strack, do a recent video where she actually tried out one of the liners, and the yellow one, she did not like it. It did not work very well. She did like, I think, the lip gloss, but just for me, a fruity lip gloss just does nothing for me. If I were interested in anything, maybe the sprays, just for the smell. But with Milani, I stick with this Make It Last setting spray. It's great. It does the job. And so for me, this collection, there's nothing that is like, yes, that let me get my hands on it. So for me, this collection is a pass. Then looking over to, what is this? Makeup Revolution. They have this new collection from Tammy. These colors are gorgeous. Now, I'm just going to say it. The reality is, I don't believe this collection is made for someone with my skin tone, and that's fine. There have been so many collections that come out that do not cater to people with darker skin tones, and I think that that's crazy. Like, a lot of times you'll get a palette, and then they don't make enough of those palettes to suit the skin ranges. Like the CoverGirl True Blend. This palette, the CoverGirl True Blend Serving Sculpt palette, it's beautiful. All 3 products are great. However, they do not have enough options. I mean, this is the Bloom Babe, and there's not deep enough selection. Like, this bronzer could not be a bronzer for someone with a very dark skin tone. It just couldn't. And so the fact that this has come out now that is very specific and catered to people with darker skin tones is beautiful. Now, the eyeshadow palette, I think, is stunning. Something about it makes me look at it and say, ooh, that's pretty. But definitely the other two palettes that come with this, as far as, I think it's like highlighting, bronzing. Let me see. It's called the Tropical Twilight Collection, which is beautiful. The packaging is, whoever did the packaging marketing for this did really well. I mean, it's beautiful. The purpley, pinky orange of that marketing, it's just, it draws me in. I love it. It's very seducting, I think, in my opinion. But I love these colors. I think this is going to be great for people with darker skin tones. I can't speak to Makeup Revolution's formula. The only thing that I have from them, let me make sure. Yes. Okay. So I do actually have their Emily Edit. The Emily Edit palette, the Wants. And I love this. This is one of my favorite palettes that I actually own. So I guess I can speak a little bit to their eyeshadow formula. If the eyeshadows in this collection are anything reminiscent to this, I think people will be pleased with it. But I believe that's the only product I have from that brand. Okay. So I just seen that Urban Decay has a new Naked palette. I'm not sure what it's called. The picture I have doesn't have the name in it, but here's a picture of it for you to reference. This doesn't spark anything for me. This doesn't make me want to run out and buy this. It doesn't make me want to look for a dupe. I don't know. It's just kind of like you could almost section it off into two different palettes. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of words for this. I'm not really a fan of it. It's nothing that I look at and I'm like, oh, I know what I could do with that. I see some looks out of that. The only thing that really like kind of catches your eye is those two middle bright pastel shades. And I mean, pastels kind of come and gone, or not come and gone. Pastels are great. That specifically to me isn't anything wowing. So next we have on Trend Mood this collaboration celebrating Donald Duck's birthday. I'm not sure who the creator of this collection is from this picture, but looking through the products, aside from the packaging, which is super cute, I love the packaging. My little boy would probably steal all the packaging from me. It doesn't really excite me. It doesn't like make me want to rush out and buy it. There's nothing in there. There's not even like really a single piece of that collection where I'm like, okay, I'm not a fan of it as a whole, but that specific thing I want. It just really, I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. Like I said, other than the packaging, the actual products, I don't know. It doesn't seem like anything special. Now, next, something that actually has caught my eye and surprises me that it caught my eye because it is a larger eyeshadow palette is from NYX. They are releasing this Ultimate Utopia eyeshadow palette. I don't know what about this color story intrigues me, but something does. And I'm not generally a large eyeshadow palette. In fact, that Emily the Emily Noel Wants palette is my largest palette in my collection. And there's something about this Utopia one. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. It's drawing me in. I actually tagged a YouTuber. Cannot think of her name. I'll put it up here or over here. I'll put it somewhere. She does this series on her channel where she actually goes in and edits palettes. Like she'll take, recently she did the Norvina palettes and she breaks them down into like color categories. She rearranges the whole palette. She'll make a smaller edit, like a smaller pan size, or like she'll take it for the Norvina, she put it into a 9-pan palette and makes these edits of it to help you make sense of the color story. And I actually tagged her in this post. Oh, it's right here actually. Lauren May Beauty. Okay, so go check her out, Lauren May Beauty. I would like for her to do that on this video, or excuse me, on this product. I think it would be neat to see her process of breaking down and editing this palette and kind of getting into the nitty-gritty of it. But again, I can't tell you what it is, but something about this is calling my name. That's probably one of the few things where I was like, oh, that's pretty. It's just, now see in this picture though, it kind of looks like a couple of these shades at the bottom are all just black, but they're not. That's just how the screenshot looks. All right. So, let's see. Who released this? I believe this was from e.l.f. This is their collaboration with someone, cannot think of her name. I'll put the picture here and I'll put the info on the screen. The palette is pretty. I'm not going to lie. I think the palette is super pretty, kind of having that lighter pastel-y color, the more matte color, and then the shimmery color in the same shade. Like, I actually love the layout of this. I love the calls that this is collaborating with. But just the palette in general is not my cup of tea. It's not something that I would ever play with, like going straight in for those bold colors. I wish I was that gal, but I'm just not that gal. So looking at this is probably a pass for me. However, I love why this was released, like how they're using this in proceeds with her Help the Animals. So the cause is great. Just unfortunately for me, the actual product isn't something that I'm excited about. I am kind of interested in the brushes. Not that I need more brushes, but out of this collection, the brushes are kind of what stand out to me for my personal use as something I might be intrigued by. All right, so popping over to BH Cosmetics, they have released 2 eyeshadow palettes. We have Avocado Toast and Mimosa. So these are their traditional 16-pan palettes, and I think the Mimosa palette's pretty. It's not anything that I don't already have or that I could pull from in my collection to kind of get those same shades. Like, especially where I already have the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette, I feel like I could kind of pull those pinky orange shades. Now, the Avocado Toast palette, I'm not going to lie, is calling my name a little bit. I'm in search for greens. I don't know what it is about green. Green has been pulling me in so much lately. Like, that's actually one of the reasons that I purchased this Emily Noel palette. Was because of these greens, like this color, this color, this color, this color. If you could see, like, these greens are kind of what pulled me into this palette in particular. And so something about this Avocado Toast palette, I don't know. I don't know if I would buy it. I think it's one that I would definitely want to see in person to see the actual shades. Like, I'm kind of hoping they'll have this at Ulta when I go this week. Me and my sister are going to go out for our birthdays. She just turned 16 and I'm getting ready to turn 30. So we're going to have a sister day. And I'm kind of hoping, sometimes they have BH stuff, sometimes they don't. I'm hoping they have this because that Avocado Toast palette is one that I would like to actually look at physically. They also released, I think one is a highlighter palette and one is a blush palette, if I'm not mistaken. So we have Belgian Waffle and Bellini. Belgian Waffle, I don't think I would use enough shades to warrant buying that. Now, the Bellini palette, I could totally get on board with it. But where I already have the Blush 1 palette from Profusion, probably doesn't warrant me buying that. Are they beautiful? Yes. Do I need them specifically in my collection? No. But I think they're really pretty. All right, back to Milani. They have released this Make It Last setting spray with SPF 30. Now, I may sound dumb on this. That's okay. That's life. I'm just going to say, though, I don't know how I feel about spraying my sunscreen in my setting spray. Like, is that going to deteriorate in the bottle over time? I don't know. I've never been one to even use, like, actual spray sunscreens. I'm always a topical application kind of gal. So just the fact that this is in a spray, I'm kind of like, what? Because I already have the original Make It Last. That's going to be a pass for me. That's really all I have to say about that. All right, so Maybelline. They are releasing these new Color Strike eyeshadow pens, and they have some matte shades and some shimmer shades. This got me. I've already purchased this on Amazon and I'm waiting for the package to come because they had it actually cheaper. I think that's where it originally released, or yes, that is where, or did I get it from CVS? Okay, so I think this originally released on Amazon, but my CVS had it on their website. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I actually did already get it. It's in a box back here because I'm waiting to get a couple more products to do a full face of CVS couponed makeup. So that got me. I purchased one. I'll let you know how that turns out. All right, next we have from Lady Gaga, Haas Labs, her Stupid Love eyeshadow palette. This is another one that, honestly, the packaging is a little lackluster for me from coming from Lady Gaga. I don't know. I would have expected like something. And then honestly, the colors, and I'm not saying that everybody can't do blue, because people can do what they want. There's nothing really super original anymore makeup. I don't know. I just get very like Jeffree Star vibes, like been there, done that. But again, who knows what her eyeshadow quality is like. I have never tried anything from her brand, but just on initial looks, I'm like, nah, pass. I'm not a super big blue person. If I need blue, I have L'Oreal LA Girl that I can pull blue from. So for me, this is just a pass on the color selection, and because it's nothing that I need to add to my collection. All right, from e.l.f., we have this CBD collection. Sorry, I'm going to go up here so I can read. We've got a facial oil, a moisturizer, an eye cream, and a body cream. Okay, with these products claiming to have CBD oil, how much are they really including? I feel like I've seen a lot. Okay, let me see. There's a comment here from e.l.f. Cosmetics, their page. We have okay, somebody asked if they had already launched this, and e.l.f. stated, we have a hemp-derived cannabis Sativa collection that does not contain CBD. This one does. So be aware of that. There are two different lines. One has CBD, one does not. This one does that I'm referring to. How much CBD oil is really in it? Excuse me. I don't really know. For me, that's a pass. I think the whole CBD thing is kind of just a marketing gimmick at this point in makeup and skincare. Now, from Hemp's, they are releasing their new, like, summer branded lotions, I'm guessing. The packaging looks different because I actually do have the Hemp's sweet pineapple and honey melon, I believe, lotion, and I love it. I use it every time I get out of the shower. Makes me so soft. It smells so great. And it actually has dried up my elbows. My elbows usually dry. So just from this, from the packaging, I mean, I already own one, although I am excited about this blueberry, lavender, and chamomile. I feel like the sweet pineapple and honey melon would be good for like morning, and then the blueberry, lavender, and chamomile would be good for before bedtime. So for me, buy one, get one 50% off. We'll see. That might be something I look into. All right, and from L'Oreal, they are releasing the Skin Paradise Tinted Water Cream. If I get coupons maybe from CVS, it's not something that I'm like dying to get to the store to purchase. I don't know. Tinted Water Cream with SPF 20. What does that mean, tinted water cream? I don't know. If they have it and I have coupons and I can get it at a super, super, super reduced price, maybe. But it's not one that I'm kind of jumping at because I don't really know what that is. Tinted water cream. All right, and then NYX. They have from the Bear With Me collection these new, let's see, infused with something. My picture cut off. But I believe that these are like blushes of some kind, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look up here. Okay, these have Cannabis, Sativa, and I believe they are blushes, if I'm not mistaken. Do I think that's interesting? Yes, the whole CBD thing, cannabis, stevia, I don't know. But I already actually have a product from Believe Beauty, which is exclusive to Dollar General, and their products are all $5 and under. And it kind of looks like this, so I don't really think that I need these. The only thing I do like about this is the shade range is better than the ones from Believe Beauty. Believe Beauty only has 2 shades, and it actually reminds me of the first 2 that we're seeing here. More of a pinky mauve shade, and then more of a bright orange shade. So here those are. So that does kind of remind me of 2 of the shades on the screen. However, these shades do go a lot darker. So I think if you've tried these and you like them but couldn't find a shade you like, maybe this would be something comparable that has a better shade range. So maybe check into that. For me, probably not something I need because I already have those from the Dollar General. And then lastly, popping back over to Makeup Revolution, they have these metallic Make It Metallic with New House of Fun and Sparkle Up Euphoric Foils Palettes. These 2 shimmering compacts offer up 9 intense metallic shadows each. So when I first looked at this, I was like, what the heck? There's no mattes. But then I started looking at it and I'm like, well, that could kind of be cool to have a full palette of metallics to pull from. But then I kind of looked at it and I was like, there's not really a great shade range. Like, they kind of look similar. And then I was thinking, well, if you put your bronzer in the crease as your transition shade, maybe you could pull this off. So I don't know. I'm very back and forth on this because I wish they had better shade range. Like, I don't know. It kind of looks like, okay, the oranges are maybe just slightly different. Those reds are just slightly different. You got that powerful packed white one, and then you got the 2 pinks. But, like, I'm kind of like, I needed more diversity in this. I needed a little something more. So, for me, probably a pass. Also, I don't know what their yeah. Is that right? Metallic foils? I don't know what the consistency of those are or anything because I've never tried that type of a product from them. So for me, out of all these, I'm probably looking at being interested in maybe 2 or 3. This is mostly probably anti-haul, larger anti-haul than wish list. But I think this is kind of interesting. I like going through these and like rationalizing what I'm thinking about them before going into the store, because then I've already formed my thoughts. So I don't go in and I'm like, ooh, new. And I've actually sat down and weighed the pros and cons. Like, do I need any of it? No. Am I obsessed with makeup and hunt for bargains and deals and coupons? Yes. So, on that note, this has been my anti-haul wish list video. I hope you like this. If you like this actual style of video and would like me to do more of this in the future, because we know makeup is constantly new releases in makeup, and it can be a bit overwhelming. So hopefully this has helped you kind of dissect and make informed decisions on where you're going to put your hard-earned money. So if you like this, please like this video, even leave me a comment. If you see products you would like me to do this style of video on, shoot me in the comments. Say, hey, have you seen this new release or this new release? I'll include it in a future video if you're interested. So thank you for watching this. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.